Have you ever felt like you are working hard but not getting ahead? Like you are always living paycheck to paycheck and never have enough money to do the things you want? You are not alone. Millions of people face the same problem every day. But there is a solution. In this video, we will show you how to budget your money and take control of your finances even on a low income. Number 1. Set realistic financial goals. Before we get into managing your money and achieving your financial goals, let's start with the most important thing. You need to set a realistic budget. You must be thinking, what do we mean by a realistic budget? Well, it's a budget that works for you and your specific situation. It's not a budget that you copy from someone else or from the internet, or from some guru. It's a budget that reflects your income, your expenses, your needs, and your wants. It's a budget that you can follow consistently and successfully. The next question is how to create a realistic budget. Well, it's not that hard. You just need to track your income and expenses and then allocate your money to different categories based on your priorities and goals. You can use apps, spreadsheets, or even pen and paper to do this. The key is to be honest and accurate with yourself. Number 2. Stick to your financial budget. Setting a realistic budget is not enough. You also need to stick to it. And that's where many people fall. We don't want you to set up a budget that is too strict or too loose so that you don't give up after a few months. We have brought you some tips to avoid this. Don't cut out everything that makes you happy. Sure, you can reduce your spending on things that are not essential, but don't deprive yourself of everything that brings you joy. If you love going out with your friends, don't stop doing that. Just do it less often or find cheaper alternatives. If you love watching movies, don't cancel your subscription. Just watch fewer movies or share your account with someone else. The point is to find a balance between saving money and enjoying life. Keep setting goals for yourself. Having a goal can motivate you to stick to your budget and make progress. For example, you can pay off a certain debt in 3 months or save up for a vacation in 6 months. Whatever your goal is, make it specific, measurable, and achievable. And then take action every day to get closer to it. Be creative and positive about the outcome of your ideas. Budgeting your money doesn't have to be boring or stressful. You can make it fun and rewarding by finding ways to save money and live well on a low income. For example, you can cook your own meals and take them to work instead of eating out. You can walk or bike to work instead of driving or taking public transportation. Remember, budgeting your money is not a punishment. It's a tool to help you achieve your financial goals and improve your quality of life. Number 3. Use the right budgeting method. There are multiple budgeting methods available online to help you figure out your budget. For instance, zero-based budgeting, envelope budgeting, etc. You just have to explore and see what works for you. We are going to explain the 50-30-20 budgeting method. This is a simple and effective way to manage your money and achieve your financial goals. Imagine that you have a pie chart that represents your income after taxes. This is called your net income. Now, you want to divide this pie into 3 slices, 50%, 30%, and 20%. Each slice represents a different spending category: needs, wants, savings, or debt. Let's start with the 50% slice. This is the money that you spend on your needs. These are the things that you cannot live without, or that would cause you a lot of trouble if you didn't have them. For example, your needs include groceries, housing, insurance, utilities, and so on. These are the expenses that you should prioritize and pay first. Next, we have the 30% slice. This is the money that you spend on your wants. These are the things that make your life more enjoyable, but that you don't necessarily need. For example, your wants include shopping, dining out, hobbies, entertainment, and so on. You can adjust and cut back on these expenses if you need to save more money. Finally, we have the 20% slice. This is the money that you can save or use to pay off your debt. This is the money that helps you improve your financial situation and prepare for the future. For example, your savings or debt includes an emergency fund, retirement fund, student loans, credit cards, and so on. These are the expenses that you should not neglect or ignore. Start using the 50-by-30-by-20 rule today. We are waiting to see how it helps you budget your money and live well on any income in the comments section. Number 4. Always have room for unexpected expenses. You know what we're talking about, right? Those annoying things that can happen when you least expect them and mess up your budget. Things like car repairs, medical bills, home maintenance, etc. You think you're doing well with your budget, and then boom! Something happens and you're back to square one. Believe us, you can prevent this from happening. Well, there are two ways to do this. Have an emergency fund and have a miscellaneous category in your budget. An emergency fund is a stash of money that you set aside for emergencies only. This is not money that you use for regular expenses or for fun. This is money that you use only when something unexpected and urgent happens that threatens your health, safety, or livelihood. For example, if you lose your job, if you have a medical emergency, or if your car breaks down and you need it to get to work. A good rule of thumb is to have at least 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved up. This way, you can cover most of the emergencies that may come your way without going into debt or dipping into your savings. But having an emergency fund is not enough. You also need to have a miscellaneous category in your budget. This is a category that you use to cover those unexpected expenses that are not emergencies but still need to be paid. For example, if you get a parking ticket, if you need to buy a gift for someone's birthday, or if you need to replace a broken appliance. You can add a miscellaneous category to your budget no matter what type of budgeting method you use. Zero-based, cash envelope, or percentage-based. The key is to track your expenses and see where your money is going. Number 5. Review and plan for your unexpected expenses. And speaking of tracking your expenses, here's another tip. Review your unexpected expenses regularly. If you notice that some of the expenses that you thought were unexpected are actually recurring or predictable, then they are not really unexpected, and you need to create a separate category for them in your budget and plan for them accordingly. For example, if you notice that every month you spend money on car maintenance, pet care, or subscriptions, then these are not really unexpected expenses. These are regular expenses that you need to budget for and pay for every month. Now, it comes to planning for unexpected expenses. Having an emergency fund and a miscellaneous category in your budget can prepare you for whatever life throws at you and help you stay on track with your financial goals. Number 6. Make your budgeting management fun. Our last but not the least tip for financing is to add a budget category for fun. Now we know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how can I have fun when I'm on a tight budget? Well, having fun is not only good for your mental and emotional health, but also for your financial health. You see, if you don't plan for fun in your budget, you're setting yourself up for failure. Think about it. If you're constantly depriving yourself of everything that makes you happy, how long do you think you can keep that up? Not very long, right? That's why you need to plan for fun in your budget. You need to give yourself some room to breathe, some room to enjoy life, and some room to reward yourself for your hard work. Spend money on things that make you happy and fulfilled. And now we have a question for you. What is the biggest challenge that you face when it comes to budgeting your money? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. If you want to explore the 12 highest paying remote jobs, you can watch our previous video.